And welcome back. I am Yuri Taylor, and it is Caribbean Statistics Week. Say statistics 5 times fast. Trust me, it's hard. But today we have persons from the Statistics Division, and we have Tracelyn Joseph and Mr. Rohan and Anthony. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having us.
So we're going to be talking about statistics, Caribbean Statistics Week. So can you just tell me what is Caribbean Statistics Week?
Okay, Caribbean Statistics Week is to recognize the hard work of the national statistical offices, the hard work of the statisticians, the technical officers, and the administrative staff, because it's not just the statisticians who run the office. You need that team approach in order for you to carry out the task at hand. Worldwide, Caribbean Statistics Day is celebrated on October 20th every 5 years. So the next celebration will be 2020, October 20th. But for the past 11 years, the CARICOM Secretariat has been celebrating Caribbean Statistics Day on October 15th.
October 15th.
Yes.
Okay, so tell us, how did you start the Statistics Division? When did the Statistics Division start?
I will let Mr. Anthony tell you about that. He has been there a long time.
Well, I've been there from 1982, but I think it started sometime in the 70s before I actually got there. Mm-hmm. And the purpose of it, as you know, is to compile and disseminate statistical information for Antigua and Barbuda. The division sees statistics as a national good, and there's a national statistical system that comprises the division, the general public, the businesses, and the government line ministries. But I don't know exactly when the division started. But I think I know it's in the 70s. Okay. It could be 1974, 75, something like that.
Okay. So, Tracy, Ms. Joseph, can you tell us the process for gathering statistical information in Antigua and Barbuda?
Okay, there are different processes. You can get information from censuses that is conducted every 10 years. So our last census was 2011, so that means our next census will be 2021.
Yes.
We do surveys, we do labor force surveys, we do balance of payment surveys to collect information from the businesses, national accounts, we collect information from the businesses, and then also we collect data from all stakeholders, which is administrative data, because we have primary data and secondary data. Primary data, you get that directly from the source, so that comes from our censuses and our surveys, but the secondary data, we get that from administrative sources, which is our stakeholders, government ministries, the business community.
Okay, and what are one of the key stakeholders that you work along with, other government industries?
The Ministry of Finance, Economic Environment Division. We have the Ministry of Education. Basically, all the stakeholders are important because we have various indicators that we have to monitor. For example, the Sustainable Development Goals, that the 2030 is the reporting period, and we have the slogan, leave no one behind. So all stakeholders must come on board. So this is where the national statistical system is important, because we have to work together. The media is important to help us to gather that information, get the message out. So we have, for our labor force survey slogan, we have help us to help you, because we're all in this thing together, and many hands make labor light.
Now, Mr. Anthony, what are some of the challenges that the statistical division faces on a yearly basis in terms of gathering data?
Well, first of all, the stakeholders, some stakeholders do not understand the importance, and they think that the data is like chasing, like to say, like their husband. Ladies think their husband thinks the data is their wife, so they're hugging it, and they're not using it for any purpose. If it comes to the division, it can be used to inform decisions from a national point of view, from businesses' point of view. That is our major difficulty, is gathering data from our stakeholders. And to tell you the truth, some of the stakeholders that give us most problem are government entities. We also have the situation with the general public. They too do not understand how important it is for their information to be submitted to the Statistics Division when you're doing like the census and surveys, how important it is for them to provide that information. They are of the view that might be divulged on an individual basis, but we don't do that. Statistics is disseminated aggregatedly. Everything is aggregated. You will not see your information. You would see females between whatever age you are, males between such age. It is never an individual situation. So that is why it's so important that the media and situation like this is afforded us so we can explain to the general public that the information is very safe at the statistics division. But those are the two major issues that we have, data gathering.
Okay, and how have you combated the public's education in terms of how statistics is gathered?
Well, situations like this, when you get on the media, we explain to them that there's a statistical act that governs us. We cannot disseminate data in the way we want. We feel it is the way it has to be disseminated, and that is to protect households and individuals and businesses. It can only be aggregated and used for statistical purposes. We cannot give information that we gather directly to anybody unless it's aggregated. So.
And do you have any educational programs with any of the schools in terms of statistical information gathering?
Yes, actually yesterday was our rounds with the schools. We went into 7 schools yesterday. We actually had 8, but because of the weather, you know that weather we had yesterday afternoon, we have to reschedule one of the schools to probably Friday or next week. But every year for the past 11 years, we have been using Caribbean Statistics Day to go into the schools to educate the student, and we target grade 5 and 6 since they're doing common entrance, and 5th formers since they're doing CSEC, because they too come to the division on a daily basis, on a regular basis, to gather information for their SBAs.
Okay, and what are the schools that you attended so far?
Okay, yesterday we went to St. Andrew's Primary, St. John's Catholic, Trinity Academy, Antigua Grammar School, Antigua Girls High School, Island Academy, and Cedar Grove Primary. So we have St. Anthony's either Friday or next week. We mix it up. We don't go to the same school every year, so we try to give everyone a chance. And from time to time, schools contact us to ask us to come in and speak on various topics of statistics, especially population and census. And also, they also ask us for the 5th formers that we, when they're doing researches and so the techniques that they can use.
Okay, and as students, how do persons get information from the statistical division?
Well, before, back in the days, they used to have to come to the division, but in August, we officially launched our website. It's at www.statistics.gov.ag, and all that we have produced and what we have in-house is on our website, and we also have a Facebook page, Antigua Barbuda Statistics Division. So we have evolved with technology, and persons can go to our Facebook page and our website and find the information that they're looking for. If they can't find exactly what they want, there's a drop down there that you can ask, you can send your request there, or you can come to the division, and we surely help you.
Okay, so the division has evolved with technology.
Yes.
You can now go online, you can now access everything on our website.
Yes.
There's Facebook, it's very interactive.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so students don't have no kind of complaints for CSEC this year?
No, they can peruse the site and they can look for what they're looking for.
Okay, and since it's Caribbean Statistics Week, other than the educational programs, are there any other programs that you have that persons can anticipate you having this week?
Well, we have a stakeholders consultation. We were supposed to have that on Friday, but we have deferred that to a later date. But from time to time, we do have workshops where we invite our stakeholders and we go through certain indicators that we need to collect, because it is important that persons know what is expected of them. And like I say, we have the labor market information system we need information for. We have the sustainable development goals. We have our national accounts. We have our balance of payment. We have our trade. So from time to time, various teams meet with various stakeholders because we have to keep them abreast of what is going on. And we also, as a national statistical system, we all need to put mechanisms in place in order for us to measure the indicators and meet our deliverables, because it's not just a national exercise. We have regional integration. The government have signed on to various policies, and we need the statistics. We need that data to support what they have signed on to, and for also the government to make proper informed decisions.
Okay. And finally, just a question for both of you. When it comes to when it comes to the dissemination of data, do you find ease in terms of that, in terms of carrying out your dissemination of
Okay,
information?
let me come in. Before we answer that question, you asked about other activities, and one of the important activities that we'll be having, because Caribbean Statistics Day is not just only about data, but it's about the persons who work in statistics, and we will be having a banquet on Thursday where we will be honoring past chief statisticians and other persons, and everyone in the division presently will be honored. So that's a very important part of Caribbean Statistics
And
Week
to
this
add
week.
to that, we also have a staff retreat next week, Thursday, where we, go leave the office, you go somewhere and you get equipped with various tools and you're being reminded of your mandates and what you're supposed to do. So it's an exciting week.
Okay, so you're rewarding and training your
Yes,
staff.
yes,
right.
and that is what we do a lot. We do get a lot of training regionally, internationally, so we can be on top of the ball, and we evolve.
Okay, so since you have all these partners that you're rewarding, that means some sort of major milestones have been reached by the department in the year. Is there any that you can give us?
Let's go ahead and launch the website.
Like I
There's
said,
a
we had
launch
a
on
lot.
the
That was a big thing.
Big.
One of our biggest moments that now we can give the public can see what their data, what their data is used for, and how they can go about just going through the website and looking at their data.
Okay.
We need each other.
There are several other milestones that we're going to be reaching shortly, like the labor force survey that we did last year. We're going to be publishing the information very shortly, and that's another major milestone. That will be the second labor force survey that is conducted in Antigua, and we'll be publishing the information shortly. It will be online. Persons will be able to go and access it right there.
Okay.
And then we're going into census mode because census is 2021, so we have to prepare as a division and prepare the country. It's a national exercise, and this information is needed
Okay.
for us to move forward.
For the census, do you ask for volunteers to assist with the gathering of
yes.
information?
Hundreds of persons will be working with us during the census. We will be taking applications, I guess, probably early next year, and training will be taking place as we get closer to the census day, and persons will be chosen according to their performance. And at the last census, we had something like over 300 persons working with us. And I think it will be more this time because the enumeration districts have been, I think we'll have more enumeration district this year because an enumeration district is split according to the size. If it gets above a certain amount of households, it has to be split, and then we usually put one enumerator per enumeration district. So I think we might be looking at over 400 persons to work with us this year.
Yeah, and the last census we had 353 enumeration district, so that might increase to probably about 400.
Yes.
Oh, wow. Okay. So we can look out for applications at the start of the year.
Yes, you can apply too.
Are we
You know.
expecting?
So remember that you can be a volunteer and you can help. And where is the statistical division?
We are located upstairs ACT on the second floor at the corner of Market and Church Street. You enter from the Church Street side. You can find us up there. On our website, all that information is there.
Yes.
Okay. And
So you can pull us up when you're finished and like us and follow us on Facebook.
definitely. Thank you so much for being here and thank you for giving us the wealth of information in terms of the statistical division and Caribbean Statistic Week.
And one thing we forget to tell you, the theme for Caribbean Statistics Day is building resilience of the Caribbean community
Oh.
because of all the different disasters we are
disasters
having,
we have,
and we have
yes.
come together as a region and we're helping each other out.
And statistics is very important to build resilience.
Yes,
Yes.
this is true.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Ms. Joseph and Mr. Anthony, for being here. We had Ms. Tracelyn Joseph and Mr. Rohan Anthony talking to us from the Statistical Division. Remember that applications do go out for the census at the start of 2020. Please volunteer, please go out, please train, please support the Statistical Division. Up next, we have an intriguing interview with Steve and Dr. Fiona Francis. Stay tuned.
All right, and it's a wrap.